Well, I mean, this is just one example of what Euronext can provide now with an integrated value chain from listing, trading, clearing, settlement, custody. And we believe that in an environment where more venues for price formation have been created, we believe that creating an opportunity for the market to have blocks trading, to have midpoint trading next to the matching engine for the lit market is something that is really looked at by and searched by the client. So that's a solution that we have provided, but which is an example of what we provide now that we are fully integrated after the finalization of the acquisition of the Borsa Italiana Group, which has been a game changer in many respects.
Well, let's tackle some of the big challenges in Europe as well while you're here, because Mario Draghi has had this report out where he's been questioning the competitiveness of Europe. But the reality is not all lawmakers are on the same page. There are all sorts of national issues in terms of bringing down some of the issues of borders, ensuring that there's competitiveness across borders. UniCredit and the consolidation attempt with Commerzbank, a great example of where there are hurdles in consolidation. What do you make of the Draghi report, and do you think there are lessons that can be adopted here?
The Draghi report, just like the Letta report before it, just like the Noyer report before it, are wake-up calls about the urgency to accelerate the growth agenda in Europe. I know that it's always, these reports, the European momentum is always welcome with a certain level of skepticism, but it has always been so. When I remember when the euro currency was created, there was on this part of the water a lot of skepticism, and now it's hard fact. Any European venture, by definition, since 1957, is complicated. It's not aesthetic. It's about aligning people who come from different places. But there is no alternative. We had a different European agenda before 1957, but if you compare the Europe between 57 and today, and the 70 years before 1957, whatever happens in sort of complexity, difficulties in aligning people is always a better life than a war memorial in every village and a mourning and grieving and bereavement in every family. So it is complicated. It is going to require alignment, but Europe has made it several times for the euro, for the single market, for Schengen, for Erasmus, and will make it true for the growth and competitiveness agenda.
I'm glad you said there's no alternative. I couldn't agree with you more, and it's lovely to see you around the desk, by the way. If this doesn't happen, Europe could be very, very quickly left behind. It's already being left behind by the speed of innovation, both financial and on a corporate front in the States and the Middle East and Asia as well. I hear what you're saying about the successes of Schengen, of the euro, and other measures as well, but there is reticence not only from some from European policymakers, perhaps Berlin as well, but also reticence from a lot of the population as well, that they don't want closer integration as well. The stakes, I believe, have never been higher for this, though.
You're absolutely right. The stake is the prosperity and the survival of a model that is the European model that we have tried to export across the planet. But you know, the fundamental motto of Europe when we face these difficulties is we kindly ask the ones who believe that it's not possible to refrain from disturbing the ones who try. And that's what the European construct is all about. And that's why we are trying to consolidate infrastructures, to consolidate markets, and to show that consolidation and scale is the solution, not the problem. And that's, we are talking about 450 million people, the third largest political group after China and India. So it is complicated. Germany has some issues. Italy has some challenges. France is facing some new form of uncertainties. That's true. But there is no alternative. And the commitment, I think, of the leadership is new, reactivated. The President Ursula von der Leyen is really committed to make things change. And I'm very confident for the
But you say scale is a solution. I 100% agree with you, scale of solutions. So aren't you as dispirited as I am when you see Olaf Scholz on national lines rather than common sense lines? Carte blanche saying, no, we don't want UniCredit owning a German bank which is one of 1,300 plus in that country.
I don't want to comment that particular transaction because I don't have the details. I just read the media like you. And honestly, I'm not sure anything I would say would have any value. What I can tell you is that in certain circumstances, like the project we have built to combine the fundamental core national market infrastructure of France, Netherlands, Belgium, Ireland, Norway, Portugal, Italy, when you do things in a certain way, to make sure that everyone feels at home and that scale objectives and the common good of scale is shared by everyone, those things are successful.